It's 21 days before that titanic battle between Nigeria and Ghana at the Cape Coast Sports Stadium in Ghana. Remember that what is at stake is the sole ticket to the Qatar 2022 World Cup. And the update coming from Ghana is that the country's sports ministry has said it's going to enforce the no vaccination, no entry into that stadium for that clash against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Well, that has been the standard practice in most international competitions now, no vaccination, no entry. But for us, the worry would be that when the return leg comes right here in Abuja, how many Nigerians are vaccinated? Is the Nigerian government going to enforce the same policy? Well, I don't know how much of worry that is to you, but for me, I think it is. We welcome you to this edition of the Countdown. My name is Oluwafemi Ashalu. Kayode is in the studio, and Kayode is as worried as all of us are. Kayode, well, I don't know how you read this, but in Nigeria, you can even count how many Nigerians are even vaccinated. So if this is a FIFA competition, so to say, so FIFA FIFA officials will be around to ensure that Nigeria enforce the no vaccination, no entry policy. Now, how many Nigerians are even vaccinated? Let's even take Abuja, for instance. How many Nigerians are vaccinated that will be allowed? And remember that support is very crucial for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Before you speak out, let me quickly say this. The Ghanaians are putting up measures to ensure massive vaccination before that game. So it said to this end, the sports ministry said Ghana Health Service will mount vaccination centers at Kumasi, Cape Coast, Takoradi, and Tamale Stadium 1 week before the Ghana-Nigeria derby to encourage people to get vaccinated. So are we ready to go that far?
I think it's kudos to the Ghanaian government. They are just being proactive. They don't want to wait until, they don't want to just tell you, if you're not vaccinated, go back. No, that would be like witch hunting. And I trust Nigerians to cry foul. So now they are saying a week before they will set up vaccination centers. What it means is we have adequate notice now. If you plan to go and watch the game, I've been vaccinated anyway. What about you?
I've also been vaccinated. Good. I've had my double dose.
Same here. If you're going to watch that game, you have enough time to go and get vaccinated. That's what it means. They could have waited until Nigerians are actually at the stadium before saying, if you're not vaccinated, you cannot come in. But they've given us like 3 weeks notice now. If you plan to watch the match, go and get vaccinated. They are also not leaving their own people out. That's why they are setting up those vaccination centers so that as many Ghanaians as possible would get vaccinated and get into the stadium. Having said that, the second part of your question, Femi, how many Nigerians are vaccinated? I think there are a lot of Nigerians who have been vaccinated. The question should have been probably,
how many Nigerians will go to the stadium? How many vaccinated Nigerians will go to the stadium in Abuja?
That's a much more realistic question. That how many vaccinated Nigerians will be interested in watching the games? How many unvaccinated Nigerians who want to watch the match are ready to
get vaccinated just
because of that game? There are a lot of people who will tell you they are not going to get educated people. Yeah. I know quite a few.
Because of the questions surrounding the vaccine.
Yes, I know quite a few who will tell you they are not getting vaccinated. So for you to now tell them to go and get vaccinated because of just a single match, could be.
Even with all the incentives in the world, some people will not still.
I think the fans will be the 12th player on the pitch. So already we've talked about our concerns, our fears for the Abuja Stadium.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't have enough fans to fill it up, it's more or less like an 80-seater stadium.
Yeah.
If you don't have enough fans to fill it up, then that could spell disaster.
It would be like a neutral ground.
It could be a neutral ground, and it could give Ghana a level playing ground.
And remember that it was one of the conditions. It was one of the requests, not condition now, request that Ahmed Musa put to the Minister of Sports and the NFF president when they had this Zoom call. When they went to visit the players in Europe, he said they should ensure that they mobilize fans to the stadium.
Yes.
So with this condition now, we could run into problems.
That's why if I were the NFF and the sports ministry, we should start our own sensitization program as of this morning, telling people, especially concentrating in the Abuja area, the states contiguous to Abuja, Nasarawa, Kogi, Niger State, and Kaduna, because that's where the majority of fans are likely going to come from, to please get vaccinated because you are going to be in the stadium. because we need all of you to be in the stadium. We need you to come and support the Super Eagles, regardless of the outcome of the first leg. The fans, we've seen over time that the fans play a crucial role in deciding games.
Should incentives be attached? Because I remember the U.S. government, they were giving as much as $100 to people to get vaccinated. Should the NFF or the Sport Ministry go as far as that if they perceive or they see that people are not so much interested in getting vaccinated?
I think the better way to do it is to start sales of tickets ahead of time.
I remember that game is just 5 days after the game in Ghana.
And as a matter of fact, they should start selling the ticket before the first leg. And make sure that one of the conditions by which you can get the ticket is to show your card that you've been vaccinated. Once you do that, by the end of the first leg, you have a fair idea of how many tickets have been sold. If you have to step up your campaign or you have to remove it as a condition, you will know by then because you want to fill the stadium at all costs. So I suggest that's a practical way to go. Start selling tickets. It's because of the clarity of this of the kind of situations we find ourselves in. There's nothing that stops you from selling tickets 3 months, 2 months before. But there's always a fear of people with criminal tendencies trying to take advantage of the situation. But there are still ways of getting another. There are ways of getting holograph tickets that cannot be faked. If you do that, it will cost a little bit more, but I'm sure Nigerians will be willing to pay for, because it's 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 is a little sacrifice to make for the country. So that, I think, is the way to go. Okay, so gradually we are getting closer to that game that seems like it was not even going to come. But the situation right now is that the Nigerian government, I'm talking about the Sports Ministry and the Football Federation, they have a decision to make regarding this, knowing that FIFA would want to implement the same policy that fans who are not vaccinated will not be allowed to watch that second leg between Nigeria and Ghana. Kayode, once again, thank you for appearing on the show today. It's a pleasure. Okay, until we'll come your way with 22 days before the game. Remember, it's a daily countdown to that game, and we've been giving you exclusive build-up and the content as far as that is concerned. I remain Oluwafemi Ashaolu.